Hey there, it's Rachel Mullins, the host of Hashtag No Filter Fridays on Public House Media.
Do you need some extra motivation in your life? Are you looking to be inspired? If so, then look no further than the Good God Company.
At the Good God Company, their mission is to create and clothe all loving humans with their unique, inspiring, and beautifully designed t-shirts.
All of the products from the Good God Company are equally designed to motivate you and improve your life. From their mugs, workout tanks, to eye-appealing shirts and sweatshirts.
Learn more about their renowned products by visiting thegoodgodcompany.com. That's thegoodgodcompany.com.
The Good God Company is proud to support Public House Media. The Good God Company. I'm feeling good.
This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters, here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Your Life Matters, where we talk about dreaming big and dreaming bold to reach your wildest dreams in both your health and your happiness. A new show comes out every single Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Your Life Matters. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hey guys!
Coffee with Keith
and Katie on Public House Media.
Brought to you by
The Good God Company.
Check them out at thegoodgodcompany.com. We have our coffee. I have my coffee with me.
I had a long day at Wrigley, so water for me.
Water for Katie. Got my coffee with me with the cool Coffee with Keith and Katie logo.
What kind of coffee did you make?
I'm happy you asked.
It smells good.
It's called maple bacon.
Maple bacon?
Yeah. Maple bacon coffee.
Can I try it?
Yeah.
Will I like it?
No. She ain't gonna like it. No,
It does not taste like it smells.
It smells great.
I don't taste any maple or bacon.
I taste more maple than I do bacon. I can definitely tell it's got maple flavoring in it. Hint of bacon. But who really wants a ton of bacon flavor in their coffee, right? David, thanks for watching as always. What a swell shirt you have on, Keith. Whoa, why? Thanks, David. Roll Tide. This is a Tuscaloosa original.
Yep.
I was in Tuscaloosa a couple years, so hey.
A couple years ago.
Not for a couple years. A couple years ago, so hey, might as well get a shirt.
Yep.
So, but yeah, maple bacon, coffee. I like it. Katie does not, but hey.
I don't even know if with enough milk and sugar if it would help.
See, what Katie does wrong with coffee is that she usually gets like a latte.
Yep.
And so that all the measurements are already pre-done for her, right? Yep. So she gets her latte drink and it's fine and it's not too coffee-ish for her, not too sugary, it's all just right. And then Katie sometimes wants a real cup of coffee. Interesting fact, I never do any cream or sugar. It's always just pure black.
Black.
You really weren't able to see it, but pure black.
I'll vouch for it.
Coffee, because I drink enough coffee where if I added cream and sugar to every cup of coffee that I had, it'd become incredibly unhealthy for me. But Katie, she says, I want cream and sugar in my coffee. So she doesn't like coffee, so she puts a lot of cream and a lot of sugar in there, and she'll put a little bit, and she doesn't want to overdo it, and then it's not enough. But then she puts more cream and sugar in it, and then you ruin it.
Yeah.
And she's like, ooh, I don't like this anymore. Do you want to taste this? And I taste it. It's terribly sweet. It's just like milk and sugar.
That's all I want is milk and sugar.
All right.
All right. So Keith co-hosts a podcast called Cheap Seats.
Yep. Wednesdays with Max Wolpoff. There's also a Monday and a Friday show. So
those aren't as cool.
So tune in to
I'm
Cheap
kidding.
Seats. Those are good shows.
But yesterday's show, Keith suggested. Tell him what you suggested.
So the format that Max and I always do is we do a sports debate. So rather than covering, what happened in sports, every single day, we do a sports debate because we found that Max and I like to go back and forth on topics a little bit here and there. David says, the Cheap Seats right here on Public House Media? Oh, absolutely, David.
You bet. The
PHmedia.com. The one and only, David.
On the same channel as the Greg and Dave show.
Yeah.
Just
Hi, Meg.
a little bit of coffee with her cream and sugar. Yeah.
Just a little bit of coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
So. And Isaac.
Hi, Isaac.
What's up, gangsta?
Look at you. You're here right at the beginning.
Thanks
Welcome.
for joining us, Isaac and Meg and David. We did I do the Cheap Seats on Wednesdays, and in order to kind of get Max going a little bit, because I like it when Max gets riled up, I suggested that all the sports, all the major sports, NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and hockey, they go with no conferences. No conferences. NFL, you can keep it for the regular season, but I said no conferences for any of those sports for the regular season or the playoffs. But for the NFL, once the playoffs start, no conferences. So top seed versus the worst seed. So instead of 1 through 8 on each side for the NBA playoffs, you just have one big bracket, 1 through 16. One plays 16, and so on and so forth. Max didn't like that idea.
No.
So listen to the show.
Check it out.
To check out everything
Keith
else.
says several things to upset Max. This is the least of them. But then Keith was talking about how schedules might change if they did away with conferences.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you suggested would be making some of the preseason games regular season games.
Right. So, because say in the NHL, you have 31 teams, and in order to play all other 30 teams equally, you'd have to play each of the 30 teams 3 times. So you'd go from 82 regular season games to 90 regular season games. A lot of people think that's too much, but I said, hey, just lose some of the preseason games, and then there you go. Have more games that matter than games that don't matter. Don't have to go much more into it than that. There's a whole, it's an hour-long show. So listen to it for yourself. But then that got Katie thinking.
So that brought me to, why do we have preseasons? I think they're a terrible idea. Preseasons, spring training, whatever, I think it's just another possibility, another time for the players to get injured needlessly. I think they're professional athletes, and so they should show up ready. They shouldn't need a spring training or a preseason to get it back together. This is what they do. They're professional athletes.
Yeah.
Come to work prepared. So I think we need to do away with the preseason. Just give it up. Oh no, now you're...
Okay, Katie.
Our video paused. Alright, Keith, let's have it.
But okay. Would you say that since actors and actresses in the theater, since they're professionals, should they have dress rehearsals?
Absolutely.
They're professionals. They're actors. They know what they're doing.
It's different. It's absolutely different.
All right, so because the dress rehearsal, that's like a practice, so teams can still practice.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, a dress rehearsal is your own scrimmage.
Yep.
Just, no shoulder pads, but lipstick.
I saw a previous comment from Isaac before, and it says, "Is this your last live show?" Indeed, it is our last live show. We've done Well, quick note, we'll touch on it a little later in the show. We've done 80 of these. This is our 80th live show
with Public House Media.
2 shows a week, 80 live shows. That means we've done this for 40 weeks. David says, Keith wants pictures.
There was one more. David says, sometimes that lowest seed is the hottest team, though, i.e. Packers as a 6th seed that year they won the Super Bowl. Well, obviously, if it affects the Packers, then we don't do it.
Well, that's the thing. They were the 6th seed when they won the Super Bowl. Maybe they would have, they still might have won the. That's what I'm saying. But that shouldn't matter though, David, because they still would have made it to the playoffs and they still would have won They still would have been like the hottest team. However, instead of playing, I think they played the Eagles in the first round. Instead of playing the Eagles in the first round that year of the playoffs, that wild card round, maybe they would have played the Bengals or something. Just throwing teams out there, but yeah.
David says Katie wants pitchers to throw 1 inning on opening day. That's what I'm hearing. That's not what I'm saying. And pitchers should pitch complete games.
David says Katie wants you, Darvish, to throw 1 inning and leave. Okay, bad example.
If it doesn't make sense for you, Darvish has been on the disabled list. He threw 1 inning in a major league outing and was done.
Right.
And now is out for the season.
But back to the preseason.
Anyway.
Why do we have to do away with the preseason?
Because it's boring.
But it gives guys on the team that might be that last roster spot. The rosters are larger in the preseason, so you can give those rookies and free agents and guys that weren't drafted a chance to stick with the team.
All right, I like that. I'm all about giving someone else a chance.
Right, and they need those preseason games to show what they can do.
True Americans would keep their show going. We're still gonna have a show, Isaac.
It's not our last show.
No,
it's our last live show.
We'll get there. Hold on, we're in preseason right now.
True Americans, my gosh, Isaac, them's fighting words.
I thought I was pretty.
We live in
patriotic.
America. David. Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Thanks for watching. I see you, Greg.
So
That's a joke.
I like the idea of the little guys getting noticed. Absolutely. But I feel like they could do that in practice, in the scrimmages.
There's only so much you can do in a scrimmage, though, that you can show. You have to be able to go live.
Do they not play football?
You have to be able to go live against another team, because in practice, not everyone's going 100%. You're not allowed to touch a quarterback. How can a linebacker show what he can do if he can't fully commit on a play? If he's trying to go in and sack a quarterback in practice, you can't touch quarterbacks in practice.
It is an excellent point.
Yeah.
I don't like that players get injured and it's boring. I don't even know when the Packers are playing. You won't tell me.
Players could get injured in the regular
care
season.
About preseason. I know, but it's even worse when it's preseason.
Rick says it's Tebow time.
Yay! I like Tim Tebow.
Just saying it's Tebow time, or is that reference to something, Greg?
No.
I don't know. It's always Tebow time.
Yeah.
Gator Chomp. So, I don't know. Katie, this is what Katie does. She listens to the show.
Only part of it. And then I go off.
She listens to the shows.
Yep.
Something that I say or Max says gets her all riled up, and then she'll call me like she did on the way to work today. She called me. And she said, Keith, I'm listening to your show right now, Keith.
Yep.
And let me tell you what I think.
Yep.
And that's the problem with allowing your wife to listen to your stuff and support you. Because I'm doing my thing and then she'll call me right up.
Get out. Out. Allowing?
You know what I'm saying.
I try to be
Maybe
supportive.
this is our last coffee with Keith and Katie.
I try to be supportive and have discussions with you. And this is what I get. This is the thing.
I'll just get. I'm sitting here at home, I'm working, I get a phone call from Katie, she just leaves. Yep. I'm like, what could she possibly need? What, hello?
Keith, I'm listening to your show right now.
That's how she sounds.
That's not how I sound.
That's a perfect Kate.
Keith,
Yeah.
I'm listening to your
That
show.
is not how I sound at
I gotta
all.
get a little higher.
I was walking down the street like an idiot today, listening to the show and laughing out loud and smiling. And so I called him to tell him that I was walking down the street like an idiot. And now he tells all of you.
Just say amen. And letting them drive.
Perfect imitation.
Perfect
Thank
imitation.
you,
I thought it
Isaac.
was a good imitation there, Isaac.
Terrible.
All right. Well,
Is that it? I thought this was going to be like a longer
oh,
debate. I thought we were going to debate this. Was that basically it? We presented our both sides and now we're done?
what else would you like to debate?
I thought preseason would take longer.
Well, you say I don't think they should play preseason.
Yeah.
Right. I said I should. They should. We presented both sides of our of the case.
So now we're done? This is the end of the show.
Greg says.
A bunch of names. I think he's tagging people.
Oh, okay, got you.
Do an impression of Keith.
Do an impression of
Oh, I'm Keith, and I like sports and watch football all the time, and this is what I sound like, and I move my head like this too. Yeah. Perfect imitation.
I do not. I don't do that all the time. That's
Hello,
a terrible
Emily.
Emily, thanks for that's a terrible impersonation of me. I'm Keith.
Well, it's how I feel about you right now. This is Keith.
Hi, I'm Katie, and I'm trying to do an impression of Keith. Move my head like this.
That's my impression of Katie doing an impression of me. I thought that was pretty good.
Nope. Nope. So let's calm Isaac down. If you're done talking about preseason, which apparently you are.
Well, I don't think you have a whole lot to hang your hat on with that argument, Kate. That's why, like, if you would like to give more examples of why you think we should disband the preseason, other than that it's boring, please
It's boring.
let us know.
Players get hurt.
Keith, I'm in a 16-team fantasy league this year. Is that crazy, or have you heard of 16 weeks? 16 weeks, 16-team leads before. It actually was the former host, he host. Oh my goodness, keeps on going.
Greg is taking over our show. No idea what's happening.
There's a former host on this network. He hosted the fantasy football show. Oh, 16-team fantasy league. That seems pretty large. I heard of 10 teams. 16 teams, that's pretty large. I've never heard of a 16-week, 16-team league before. So, like, every week do you have a different team? Like, do you draft a different team every week, Greg? Keith does a better impression of Keith. I'm trying to parse it. I think I do a great impression of myself, too.
I think I do a great impression of myself, too. Yeah, I'm Keith.
I'm Katie doing an impression of Keith.
All right.
Back to the preseason.
Back to the preseason.
This is how I debate. I cling to one thing emotionally and just hold on to it. And Keith talks logically and knowledgeably.
Coming out pretty good
And
here.
so our conversations don't last all that long because I just give up.
Well, it seems like you just gave up on this one, which is why I thought we should
I'm
move on.
telling you, preseason is boring and it's dangerous.
Why is it dangerous?
Because people get hurt. The game doesn't matter.
People get hurt unnecessarily, but people will get hurt in a regular season game too. But you think it's just better that they get hurt playing in a game that matters.
Yes.
Fair enough.
And
See that?
I think it's lousy when people set records, but they don't count as records because it's preseason, and so it doesn't. If it doesn't count, don't do it.
A lot of
Stop
records don't count during the playoffs either. I think records should count going into the playoffs, like Brett Favre's record for consecutive starts. That only counts regular season starts. It doesn't count playoff starts.
That's even more impressive.
See, I think it should though, because not everybody's played in the play. Well, if you are playing in the playoffs, It means that your team did well. You did well for your team, which means I think it should count.
So, I actually like the preseason, Isaac says. David says, Katie's impression of Keith is in preseason 4. That's a good point, says Isaac. Yes, thank you. I'm going to assume you're talking about my team.
I think they should decrease preseason games maybe to... But the thing is, who cares? If you don't care about the preseason, then don't watch it. That's the I don't care about the preseason. So people are like, so when the football season is back on, people say, I love the football season. You know, oh, football season is back. It's like, yeah, it's not really football season yet. You know? So like, I don't watch the preseason football because the preseason football. I don't watch preseason football. I don't watch preseason hockey or basketball, or I don't watch spring training baseball because I don't care. So if you don't care, then why does it matter if they have it?
How do you feel about the Pro Bowl?
That's a good point. Thanks, Isaac. How do I feel about the Pro Bowl?
Yeah.
So nobody cares about the Pro Bowl, including the players, so they don't want to go anymore either, so they don't. So if the players don't care, and if they don't want to go, don't go. If you're a fan and if you don't care and if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Some players will want to go. The young ones that didn't make the playoffs, whose team had a terrible season, but maybe they had a good season. So it's a reward for them, and it's a cheap, cute little all-star game that fans will get to watch if they want to watch it.
Should we have a Pro Bowl?
Yeah, why not? For all those reasons I just said, who cares? If you don't care, don't watch it. If you do care, great.
You were supposed to say no.
I don't like the term preseason. Can we just use exhibition games instead?
I think that makes it worse. I think exhibition game sounds even worse.
I'd agree, because like soccer teams, you know, when they come to when Manchester United they come to America for an exhibition. And it's like, oh man, like it's not even a real game. Preseason, like, okay, we're in the season, it's just the preseason. Exhibition's like, oh, this game really doesn't matter.
That's the connotation I have, David.
MLB spring training, you get celebrities playing once in a while. That can be fun. Billy Crystal, Will Ferrell, etc. I do like that Will Ferrell documentary where he played for like 16 baseball teams in 2 days or something like that. Was
Why
cool.
do you watch cool stuff without me? I have no idea what you're talking about. What's soccer? Isaac says.
What's soccer?
Football. Football. Isaac, is that better, or do you just not care about soccer at all?
Emily says, why even have exhibition games? Just get on with the actual season. I'm with Katie.
Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, I think the same way with preseason and all those all-star games, you know, for some people they like it, for some people they don't. Some players are willing to do it, some players aren't. Don't force the players to do it. Fans aren't forced to watch it. Just like those stupid bowl games that they have like 40 bowl games in college football. And everybody says, it's a joke. I hate that you have 40 bowl games in college football. Well, then don't watch it. Like, we're from Wisconsin.
He's one of the ones that said it's too many.
I think it's too many, but at the same time, I don't care. I say it's too many, but then I leave it at that.
You don't see what he's talking about.
I say it's too many to have, but I don't care if they have them, because I don't care to watch them. If you want to have 40 bowl games so the 80th best team in the country can play the 75th best team in the country, fine. I'm not going to watch it. Even if, you know, Wisconsin, Michigan, like a Big Ten team that I like to follow, if they're in a low bowl game, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to make it a point to watch, you know, Wisconsin play Washington State in the Motor City Bowl. It's a stupid bowl game.
At least give it a cool name.
Right.
Give the bowl game a cool name, not the Tostito Bowl.
Greg says Pro Bowl is pointless. There's my hot take for the night. It is pointless. That's the point of that's the point of an all-star game. They're all pointless. They're just fun.
Emily says, I understand the scrimmage concept, which is what I think the preseason is about. So why not just call it scrimmages and leave it at that? To me, it's just silly. Thank you, Emily. That's exactly what it is. David
says, girl power, courtesy of Katie and Emily of Beauties and Headcanons. right here on Public House Media. Found at thepHmedia.com.
Oh, David, thank
Love
you.
it, David.
Thank you for the full plug. Appreciate it. But, okay, so you don't care, so you won't watch it.
I don't care, I don't watch it. Don't
But
care.
I think it's a bad idea, and therefore it shouldn't happen.
Okay.
I am right in all things. And if I don't want it, it shouldn't happen.
Welcome to my marriage.
Who do I talk to about this? Is it still Ralph Manfred?
Promos by
Babbo. Hashtag promos by Babbo. Thank you, Emily. That was good. Hashtag taking Moobot's job. Anyway, back to us, guys.
I lost it, David.
This is about us.
I lost it, David. What is it? What is that? What is taking?
Is this someone who co-hosts Beauties and Headcanons? Is it that person?
I don't know.
Anyway, okay, so we all agree we're getting rid of the preseason. It's over, done with, dead, no more.
Katie said so that's what we're gonna do.
See what a happy marriage we have. He understands. He's got this.
You see this? You see this right here? This is a shackle more than a ring. Every day, my hand just gets a little bit heavier and a little bit heavier.
What a terrible thing for our last live show.
Just a beaten down man.
Moobot is a Twitch thing. Never mind. I don't know what Twitch is. Moobot is an automatic Twitch. What is a Twitch?
Twitch is a streaming service. You watch video games on Twitch, and you stream
I
video
don't
games
watch
on Twitch.
video games. It's an esport.
Esports are huge.
Moobot's not important. I'm important. I'm a co-host on Public House Media Show. The
Greg and Dave Show. Right here on Public House Media. Keith, I feel for you. Be strong, bro.
Well, I'm
Thanks,
glad
Isaac.
you've got supporters.
All right.
All right, before this gets any messier.
All right. As we alluded to before, David asked, this is our last live show. However, this is not our last show.
We're not leaving you.
We're not leaving.
Hold
Still
on,
Public House
last
Media.
thing from Emily. Twitch is a live stream gaming service. My husband and I stream on there from time to time.
Oh, awesome.
Now we know where to find Emily.
I have Twitch on my phone because I like to watch people play Injustice 2 tournament. Check out Injustice 2. Fortnite.
I support you too, not just Keith.
Keith.
Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate that.
Well,
Okay, so
last live show. Although we've enjoyed this one
this has
immensely.
been great. If you guys would participate this much in every show, maybe we would have.
Oh,
one
be
show.
quiet. We have great participation from everyone. Kay's just trying to put everyone on blast now.
Greg,
Don't listen to
Katie,
them, guys.
I don't watch video games either. I lack the hand-eye coordination to do this. Thank you, Greg.
Greg, I lacked hand-eye coordination too, and yeah.
Anyway, Keith and I started a new venture called KB Studios.
KB Studios.
It's our own little company. KB for Katie Binger, my maiden name, and Keith William. Your grandpa always called me.
My middle name is William. My grandpa always called me KB for Keith Billy. Billy being the short term for William.
Right.
He always liked the name Billy. So he turned my last name from William into Billy. So
Yeah.
call me KB. Katie's maiden name, Banger. So KB. It ended up working out. But yeah, KB Studios. It's a new venture that we're working on together. It's our own little company. And
I feel bad now for not coming on more. Oh, Emily, I'm sorry. I didn't.
See?
I was kidding. Please don't feel bad. The last thing I want to do is alienate.
We just had a great show with a ton of people contributing to this, making this show outstanding for
Yes.
our 80th show.
And then I just
and then
made them
Katie
feel bad.
Katie makes everyone just like, oh well, if you guys would have done this more, we have had great participation from everyone.
We have.
See, this is what I try to do something nice for Katie sometimes, and then she'll come back and she'll bite me. That's what she'll do. Shows her fate. That's That's what she does.
You guys just couldn't compete with the Greg and Dave show. Is that why you're leaving the net? We're not leaving the network.
David Craig.
You're gonna have to record new promos for the network. I forget the name of it now, but the almighty ruler Baxter and I will want that. We are still going to be on Public House Media.
Still on Public House Media.
There's still going to be Coffee with Keith and Katie.
Yep. And part of the KB Studios venture is that we are pre-producing these shows. These shows are going to be pre-recorded. There's going to be more of a production value to them. Still going to be roughly the same time, about 30 minutes. However, we're only doing it one time a week. It will be released on Sunday mornings.
So you have all day to watch it.
Right, and then you have all week. They're going to be released every Sunday, every week. So you have a whole, if you can't watch it live, you can check it out later. You can check it out on Public House Media. You can check it out on YouTube and other video services as well. So
Since we
we're
won't
not
be live,
leaving.
we will still respond to all of your comments.
Isaac says it said you guys. It said you guys are leaving the network.
Good one, Isaac. So we will still respond to your comments. It just won't be in real time. We'll probably throw in your name, though. You'll have to watch and find out, David and Isaac. See if we mention you.
We're just gonna be commenting to people that aren't commenting because our show's just gonna be. That's a great point, David and Isaac. Greg says, my co-host Greg is happy to do the editing for the new shows, Keith and Katie. Dave is just very excited about doing the editing. He said even do it for free, right? He'd even do it for free. Definitely. Miss Bale's job, not mine. Not me.
Hashtag not me.
Not me.
Alright, hashtag.
Probably me, actually. But yeah, so...
Wait, let's start this over. We will be on Public House Media. We will be Coffee with Keith and Katie. We will be on Sundays.
Coffee with Keith and Katie, still on Public House Media on Sundays, just pre-recorded.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, we're not
going to
going
look fancy.
Unfortunately, we're not going to have this live element that we can go back and forth with you guys in live time. However, keep commenting on the shows. You can comment on YouTube, comment on Facebook. And
everywhere.
We're going to be monitoring the show. We're going to be getting back to you guys anyway, so we can still have our dialogue. It's just not going to be in real time. Isaac says, I need real-time attention. I have a problem with this change. Why didn't you speak to me first?
Isaac, you're the one who always shows up late. How do you know we didn't ask you first at the beginning of the episode?
See, this is another thing.
I'm gonna attack him all.
Isaac's been contributing a great amount of
Well, David never shows up on time.
David.
Isaac.
David, guys, if we keep commenting, they can't end the stream. Is that saying we really need to end it, or you're just sad that we're going to end it?
Well,
we will still interact with all of you. Isaac, we will respond to you, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And Isaac, that means that you can never start viewing late because you'll always be on time for these pre-recorded shows.
Always.
Guys, if we keep commenting to Isaac, wow, good point. I'll just be silent. You see, that's Katie's fault. Katie's just attacking everyone.
It was a long day.
David says, just when we think we have the answers, Katie changes the question.
I apologize. I have lashed out at our wonderful viewers, and that was not fair to you.
David says, I'm about to start typing out The Great Gatsby. Hang on. All right. This has been an outstanding show, but we're not done yet because Katie still has to quiz me.
Yes. Okay, the name game or Stump Keith.
Stump Keith.
Keith.
Try to stump me.
Where did Madison Bumgardner go to school?
Ooh. That's a good one. Now, good baseball schools aren't like classic schools, so it could have been something random.
It could have been not a college at all.
You didn't go to college?
He didn't.
Okay.
He went to South Caldwell High School. Which I thought was cool.
I don't like that question.
Where did Steph Curry go to college?
Davidson.
Davidson, yes. And where did Michael Vick go to college?
Virginia Tech.
Yes. What do Michael Vick, Steph Curry, and Madison Bumgarner have in common?
All those schools are in Virginia.
No.
I don't know where Davidson is.
Davidson and South Caldwell are in North Carolina. I think you should do your first show live, or not live rather, but from a nursing home. Interview the old people.
It's a good idea. Well, we could do a show from a nursing home.
We can do shows from anywhere.
We can do shows anywhere, anytime we want, because it's no longer going to be.
It's pre-produced. Okay, what do all three of those men have in common?
Michael Vick, Steph Curry, Madison.
It has to do.
They were all drafted in the major league.
Michael Vick majored in dogfighting, Greg says.
Gosh.
Greg.
Way to turn this show dark, Greg. My goodness.
No.
I don't think he majored in it. If he majored in it, he would have done a better job of not getting caught.
This is what happens when football players only go to school for 3 years.
Interestingly enough, do you know how that all got started, apparently? So, like, Michael Vick's brother, Marcus Vick, he was, like, running from the cops, I think, and the cops followed him to the house where they had an illegal dogfighting ring going on. Don't run to that house. Anyways, completely off topic.
I feel violated now? Why do you feel violated?
Now we're talking about, but I don't know what they all have in common.
They all had serious injuries in the preseason.
Ooh, I like it. I don't like how you tried to trick me with Madison Bumgarner and did not go to college.
He did get accepted to somewhere. It's on my phone, anyway, I think it was University of North Carolina.
That's tough because baseball, you like some of these guys, you never know where they went to school, and I think that was a dirty trick, Katie.
I'm sorry, but we have done this before. I've asked you before, where did you, Darvish, go to school?
I like that they all got injured in the preseason.
They all got injured. 2003, Michael Vick, broken fibula. Steph Curry, 2012, sprained ankle. This preseason, 2018, Madison Bumgarner, broken pinky.
Wow.
I did some work today, guys.
In my younger, more vulnerable years, my father gave me something. It's The Great Gatsby.
We've been on too long.
I love it.
Oh, my battery's dying.
The battery's dying.
Oh my god. I'll miss watching you guys live. Check my podcast, Regular Guy Gaming, on the Grapple Talk Network. So there's Twitch and there's Grapple Talk, and
you can have a show anywhere. Isaac, we will definitely listen to that. I'm gonna listen to your most recent episode right now.
We're gonna do
right when we end this. Apparently, we're gonna have to end the show because Katie's phone, which we record this on, is apparently running out of the battery.
We were gonna run it on Keith, but his battery was dead. So
I want to see how deep. I want to see how deep this went for David.
Pretty deep.
This is all people in this world haven't had the advantages you've had.
Well,
so we beat on aimlessly into the night. Is that how it ends or something like that?
Something.
Anyway.
So we will very much miss being live with you. However, there are always those chances for spontaneous live moments. Beers with Billy. Never know when Billy's going to show up.
Right. We Well, can always go exactly right. We'll always be live spontaneously here and there. So don't miss.
So you have to pay attention. Did you know that there's a show out there called The Greg and Dave Show?
The Greg and Dave Show.
I've heard it really kind of sucks, but you should listen to it anyway.
You should listen to it anyway.
Isaac says goodbye, guys. Goodbye, Isaac.
Bye, Isaac. That's how I always tell everyone about the Greg and Dave Show. Hey, there's a show I listen to, the Greg and Dave Show. It kind of sucks, but hey, I listen to it, so why not?
I feel really bad now. We're saying. Remember, America.
Man, this is now it's just hitting us.
This
is
is
just
emotional.
hitting us. This is the
what
last.
Have we done?
This is the last live show. Especially everyone who's contributed to help making our live shows work. Obviously, our shows would be incredibly boring if it wasn't for you guys contributing. So we very much appreciate it. And please
keep watching.
Continue to watch
Every
and continue
Sunday.
to comment. We'd love to see you guys on there.
Still want to interact with you very much.
This Sunday, first show of the new format. So he didn't say any more. He just
David
keeps going.
keeps typing.
We're watching you guys for months. This should be kind of hard.
It is.
Yeah. So, anyways, for you guys that are currently watching live, Isaac, Greg, Dave, you guys, Emily, you guys have been incredibly awesome. Appreciate it. Again, for everyone, keep supporting us. Please. Keep watching the shows. They're going to be great.
Yes.
And we look forward to having more Coffee with Keith
and Katie on Public House Media
with you guys as the show continues. Everyone, have a good one. And hey, we'll see you on Sunday for more Coffee with Keith and Katie.
You will. Sunday. Bye, gangsters.
Bye, gangsters.
Bye, Isaac.
Bye.